Hello, 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 hello. Give me 1 minute here, folks. It was hey, Squatchy's already in here. How about that? I just got home from work, jumped in the shower, didn't expect to be home in time to do this, so we can do an abbreviated getting tanked. I got the SOS out with the boys. Maybe they'll join me, maybe they won't, don't know. Give me just a few seconds. I gotta drag a brush through this mop, and there's Dr. Anthony right there. Let's see if I can do this. There we go.
I'm going mopping.
Yes, sir. Hey, John from Select Pets here, and Johnny Fish Tanks is here as well.
Oh, you're already on?
Yeah, I went on.
Oh, sorry. You said I didn't know you were on.
Yep, I
Oh,
went on
oh,
like for I've been on like for a minute 15.
oh, okay. Okay. I got to go get something to drink then.
Okay. Fish room fever. Holy smokes! If you wanna talk fish, that's the man to talk to right there. Fish room fever. He ain't done it on the old YouTube much lately, but he knows his thing. He knows a thing or two about keeping fish. Go with the flow. Richard, how we doing today, sir? Davo. Well, people are coming in now. I didn't think I'd get much of a crowd today because I literally asked Ed and the boys, Dr. Anthony and Skipper and Rico, about 45 minutes ago. I said, hey, I got off work early. I can probably do an hour. I think Shirley's going on after me, so I don't want to run over her time slot, but by God, by golly, we can talk about something for a little bit anyway, right? I didn't miss nobody today. Nope, nope, nope. Two Johns and a James, one Richard and a Dave, and one Squatchy. Hey, Jody P. How are you? Good to see ya. I think I'm as pretty as I'm gonna be. You guys get the right out of the shower look today. I don't. Geez, I forgot what I was doing. There we go. Got my Rico shirt on today. So I was just going to talk about the fish I got. Basically, that's what the look at Doc Ant's backdrop there. That's pretty cool. Uh, oh, Jody's sick. Was it the Clash? The Clash. Was it the all those people in that room there? Wet whip. Uh, I've got. I picked up. Let's see if I can remember what I got. So I got the blue gold tip cichlids, which are Ophthalmoltopia tilapia ventrellus. Just say it like you mean it, right? And then I got some featherfin, and I got some more of the featherfin are the Ceatopharynx furcifer.
Hey, James is here. Hey, James.
He is here. I saw him
Yeah,
earlier.
I didn't see him. Hi, Jody.
And then the lemon cichlid, the Neolamprologus
Logus lulupia. Lulupa.
lupia. Yeah, I've got a total of 9 of those, but 6 of them are new and in the quarantine and very small. They are tiny, so they're gonna have to grow out a little bit before I put them in the big tank. But so yeah, I had to go to PetSmart, or no, not PetSmart, Petco, because those Petricola babies are in one of my quarantine tanks. So I had to pick up a couple of these 20-gallon hives.
How much were they there?
50% off. They were, what did I pay? I spent $70 on 2 of them.
That's not bad. Too bad they
Hey,
don't
prodigal.
have the $1 a gallon sale like they did a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Yeah, $20 is better than
Yeah,
35 any day of the
yeah.
week.
They jacked the prices up and then did 50% off when it's really their normal price.
Oh, they're both considered feather fin. I did not know that. Because the ones definitely don't have that long trailing um, pectoral fin. At least according to the pictures I've seen. Adele, how are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. John says we'll get whipped saying these names before it's over with. No, you probably won't. Le Lupi. My mouth parts just don't make those sounds for some reason. But hello, Alishon. Good to see you too. Did Ed say he was going to come, or did he? Was he busy?
He said give him 10 minutes. So,
I don't know if he's waiting for me or not.
yeah. Give me 10 minutes. No, Whip. Oh, no. Did I miss Whip's show? He says. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, he was confused. Oh, there he is, right there. I think I confused him.
Confused us all.
Yes, I had to work, so I didn't really think I was going to go on at all today. And then I got home at like 2:30, roughly 2:30.
Hey, you know what? I think we should talk about if you win the lottery. I think that would be a great subject to talk about today.
Today, you think?
Yeah,
What do you guys
yeah.
think? Hey, Dee Dee.
Does that mean you won the lottery?
No, but just I want to know yours and Whips and Ed's idea what they would do if they won the lottery.
Are we talking huge money or just like
I don't
enough
know.
to
I'm
build?
talking about our text chain.
Oh, well, that would probably disappear and you'd never hear from me again.
Oh, that's terrible. Wow. There's a chance that Nancy B might join us because I accidentally sent the link to her instead of me at first.
Well,
Yeah.
that would be fine.
Yeah.
You know how like an ad will pop up and your whole list will go. Well, I was hovering right over my name and then it went right when I pushed the button and I sent her the link instead of myself.
Whoops. At least she's somebody I know.
Yep.
For sure. Oh my gosh, I hurt my elbow.
How did you hurt your elbow?
You're always doing something.
I pulled a muscle like in the top of my arm right here. I've never hurt myself in that spot before.
What were you doing? Maybe I shouldn't
Well,
ask.
Yeah.
no, we took the door off we're redoing our privacy fence because of the stupid carpenter bees are chewing it all up. And we took the door off and had to replace a couple of pieces of wood on it because the stupid thing might fall off eventually if we don't. And
Hey,
painted it all up and then put it back. But all I had to do was hold it like straight. Oh, hey, how are you doing, James? So, but all I had to do was hold it this way, and I hurt myself doing it somehow, just holding it there for 5 minutes.
You shouldn't do things like that, Ed.
Yeah, you're an old man now.
I should just make my dad do it.
Yeah, since you make them
He
do
was the
your
one drilling.
mowing, that's right.
When Kenny gets
Oh,
hurt, it's called a Kencident. But what's it called when Ed gets hurt? We'll have to use somebody with a good
life.
skills.
Well, we just call it a normal day in Ed's life.
Yeah. I'm
So
just
if I
falling
won
apart.
the lottery, I definitely would sell the property I bought and buy somewhere else. Somewhere where it was would be easier to. Although if I had the money, I guess I could just. It doesn't matter how easy it is. I guess we'd have to talk that over.
You'd
But I
make
would
it
definitely
easy.
buy the properties on either side of me. And then I would make a big old fish house, kind of
In
like
a
John
bomb
and Lisa.
shelter.
Yeah. Well, they don't really get hit too hard up there. A lot of rain, but
From bombs?
no. I thought you just meant for.
No, for zombies and bombs.
Yes. Oh, well, you never can tell. And there's Tommy Guns. Howdy, Earthlings.
Hiya, Tommy. Well, I would
What would you
rent.
do?
I would get, or not rent, but I'd get a bunch of rooms in a cruise liner, and then pick the best one for me,
Hey,
and all
Denny.
the average ones could be for the average people in my Dungeons and Dragons group, and then we could play Dungeons and Dragons on a boat because there's nowhere we would have to be except on the boat, and we could have them just keep giving us food and drinks. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be extremely fun.
And then I would like to go to Japan once in my lifetime.
Japan, of all the countries in the world, Japan is where you'd like to go?
Yeah, I'd like to see Japan. I'd like to see if they had any cool stores that sell things like Godzilla action figures.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
I knew there had to be
Yeah, the couple times I've been to Japan, Ed, I'm sorry, I didn't go check out the action figure stores.
I'd like to
And I
check
bet you
out
will
the
this
vending
next time.
machines,
Yeah.
the food vending machines they have
Yep,
everywhere.
they
I'd
have
like
them
to check
everywhere.
those out.
Yep.
I would like to I don't think I actually want to see a sumo wrestling event in live because they all sit on the floor and watch it.
Yep.
They just have they rent a mat and you sit on the mat, and I don't think my spine could handle sitting on a mat. But I still like sumo wrestling. I think it's pretty neat.
Shouldn't do that.
I got into sumo wrestling watching it during COVID.
That's
And
karma saying don't eat popcorn.
I tell you
Sorry.
what, it's I used to joke about it my whole life, just thinking it was a silly sport, but those guys, they really hurt each other.
Hey, J
They're
Rock.
on this block made of clay about 4 feet above the ground, and they do everything they can to knock each other off of it, and they fall right on the people because people rent the mats right down next to the block of clay, so they fall right on top of them. But they're kind of racist too, so that's the bummer side. Hi, Dee Dee. Hey, Dee Dee, while we've got Dee Dee on the line, don't let her down. Do you want me to look for a tractor, and tell me what you want as a tractor?
A tractor?
Yep. She knows what I'm talking about.
How do you play a video clips, intro clips?
You put them on your far side. Oh, I don't
Intro,
have it over here.
outro.
It's on the maybe the palette. Looks like a paint palette.
So to
Oh,
do so
guess
to
what?
do the intro, I have to pay for StreamYard.
Oh,
No,
they don't have them anymore? I don't know.
Add a video clip. Dee Dee is very cool. I know you all know that already. But she did something for me. And I just don't know
Okay.
how. Well, I don't know how to bring it up. Let
how
me see if
about
I can figure
present?
it out real quick. You guys can talk amongst yourself real fast.
So Ed,
Well,
what's
send it to me, and I'll share it on Facebook, and you can share my link. In percent. What did
what do
Dee
you?
Dee say about the thing, Dr. Anthony?
She said if you can find one that size comparable to your dolls.
To my dolls? To my action figures?
Yeah,
This
but
is the
most
one I'm
people
working
call
on
them
right now.
dolls. Yeah, most of them call them dolls.
Well, that is considered 1/12 scale. So I'll do it. I'll start searching right now. Well, not right now, but while we're at this, I want to go to baseball. And I want to go to Dr. Anthony's team.
My
And I
last
want to
place.
see if what's your team's name?
I
Bad
don't
News
know.
Bombers?
No,
Oh wait, you're not in the auction league. It seems like you're in the auction league, but you're not.
no, I'm not in the auction league.
Man, I'm getting whooped this week. 2-12.
Dee Dee says they're
Elite.
mermaid figurines.
Let's see.
Ed, Ed,
You know,
Ed.
you're in second place, Dr. Anthony.
Wow, Ed. She says this the mermaid figurines. That's what she's talking about. The dolls.
Oh, those mermaids that I got years ago from that convention. I don't know where they are. I'm betting they're 1/18 scale. But okay. That's 3-inch guys instead of 6-inch guys.
So what you molding with that clay, Ed?
Yeah, Ed, what are you
I
molding
was
with that clay? Hey, welcome in. I'm Whip.
So Dee Dee did that?
He did that for me.
Man, she is talented.
I'm telling you, I'm like, dang. Now I
Are
just
you,
have to figure out how to do it like so it opens up my show.
can
Just
you play the one that I made you?
Um,
I made it for him on his very first episode, and he didn't use it.
that's because I
Yeah,
didn't know how.
yeah,
I
you sure
just learned
I
how
did.
to
don't
do
even
that
You,
one.
you went to your
I don't even
daughter's golf
remember it.
channel.
Let me see if I can find it again. I wonder if I sent it to you on Facebooks.
Yeah,
Facebook?
if you didn't email it to me, I probably didn't even get it. Apparently, I need to get into my email before it starts looking like yours.
With 20,000,
Yeah.
Oh, I guarantee I didn't email it to you.
200,000 stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it almost had to have been Facebook, right?
You bet I text messaged me. Well, that I don't know.
I don't think I can get text messages that are that big. So if you texted it, for sure, I'm
Yeah,
certain you didn't get it.
I don't know how we got it to you. Let's see if I still have it. What year was that?
It was the beginning of last year. I started streaming in the January or February of last year. What year was it?
I may have deleted it though because I'm always running out of space on my uh Oh, here's the video that you made of me at your land.
Oh yeah, yeah, the one that we never used. I've never seen it, or unless you put it up and I just totally missed it.
I don't know if the audio, I don't know if it was too windy or something. I'll have to play it afterwards and hear it and see if it's still. But was that before or after that?
Probably before that. Is that well? That's a good question, actually. I don't know.
That was Whip's land.
Yeah, you were on my property that day. You had
Yep.
driven out.
And you didn't even charge me a tax or anything.
I didn't. I wasn't in Illinois anymore, and taxes aren't as big a deal, down there.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, this is fish.
I think I may have deleted it. I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't think you ever actually got it to me because I'm looking at you and me talking to each other on. I'm sure this is
There's a
just
video
compelling.
I never released. Hmm.
Oh, check this out. I don't know what the hell I was doing. I'm going to share a present. I sent this to Ed though. Share screen, Facebook. What a jackass I am.
No, but oh, that's awesome.
I don't know what the hell I was doing.
You're trying to be a mafioso.
What a freaking goof. Oh man, I've been slacking. 42 people have made comments I've totally missed. Let me go back. Let me go back. Hey, ex Kelly Cav is here. And
I want to say hi to them.
UIO and Laura. Hey, Laura. LJ Shrimp. Where's your partner been? Not your partner, but your buddy. It's been so long I
TJ
forgot her
Shrimp.
name.
TJ
Yeah,
Shrimp.
Butter.
Shrimp and butter.
Where's she been? Wendy's here. J Rock says I'm working on a bathroom remodel today, down to studs and then back up to new. When you're done, I'll shoot you my address, and you can come do that to mine. I think that would be an excellent idea. Let's see. Let's see. We got if you could find one. That's oh, you already read that. That's
You come
neat.
with the nurse sark and a science gal.
Yeah. Who's the middle?
That's
Stff.
Aquarium
Aquarium
Life.
life.
Stephanie.
Stephanie. Steph. Yeah. No whip. You don't. I don't know what that was referring to anymore, did he?
You don't have to show what she did. I think she wanted to
Oh,
say it.
I totally did, though. You have to add it to the video section of StreamYard under banners.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not how I did it.
No, but it so you can play it every time. So if you keep it in StreamYard, it's there next time you stream, and you can start
Oh,
that
okay. Okay.
as your intro.
I was watching the replay of Thursday streams and said I need to remember to tell Ed, but I've forgotten what I needed to tell Ed. Been there,
That's what I
done
look
that.
like when I'm Murphy.
Yeah. Well, no, now you'd be upside down with your eyes closed.
Yeah.
I definitely had hard metal tractors my Barbies could ride. That was LJ. Do we
Here
dare
I am in my
joke
fish
about the
room when I
3-inch
had
guys instead of the
service.
6-inch guys? Yeah. Look at all those tanks.
Bigger
Chattanooga
now.
Ed, could you read?
I've gotten bigger ones in there.
Oh, that was two. Yeah, I got you, Dee. I think Whip pushed the button.
That's when you did the your video.
Did it actually play? Did anybody see it?
Yeah.
It's Nico
Okay.
as a kitten.
Oh, now see, that's when they're cute. I could have 1,000 kittens. I just need to
Yep.
get rid of them when they're not kittens anymore.
I think I like them better as adults. I don't really care for the kittenness.
Oh, you and I are opposites all the way around the board.
I know, puppies and kittens, nothing better.
Did I go to my daughter's doll channel by mistake? No, you did not, sir. Nice intro, Whip. Yeah. Dee, she's pretty cool. Although, can I say something without sounding like an ass? Maybe I can't.
Here I am at work from years ago.
It's yeah. It's TANK''D.
What?
It's when let's get tanked.
Oh.
TANK, all caps.
Oh, yeah,
a
you're
small
being a
D.
jerk. You're being a
Yeah,
jerk.
I know. I still find it incredible. I am going to use it forever.
You're incredulous.
When you go
I'm
live,
going to give up.
press that vid quickly, and then it goes as an intro. Like hit live, and then the intro.
Well, usually
Gnusky!
when I was going live, I would start the intro, have like a 5-second start to the intro where really nothing was happening, and then I'd hit live, and then the intro would be coming up.
What if I go live, but don't have anybody up yet? Will it play? What if there's nobody?
Yeah, if you go
Invited
live,
up?
yeah. So I like Passing Wind's comment that just came up. Whip, I prefer your adult channel. Let's get spanked.
But it's not ED. It's just apostrophe D. Man,
It's ED for me.
Yeah, Ed has ED.
Hey, Vinoski.
It
Thanks,
is ED.
John. I just gathered a bunch from his live streams and played with those. Yeah, the amount of work that she put into that is just, it's phenomenal. Because, I mean, to pick all those different things up out of the different shorts and live streams and whatnot. Elaine, how you doing, Elaine? You can tap search in mail and then type in who you're looking for. Yeah, that's if you email. He does not do email. I mean, he's really bad at email. So I don't think he emailed it.
Oh, am I?
No, we're talking about you.
We're talking about you. Yeah.
Oh.
Elaine said you could tap search in mail and then type in what you're searching for, but I don't think you would have emailed it to me, and I did not see it in the direct message that we use in Facebook. So unless you did text it to me, which would be weird because I can't.
Here I am looking like Whip.
Yeah, kind of. I've
Yeah.
never
No.
been that angry. I don't think.
You know, I'll tell you a story during COVID. Uh, I had a semester off, so I didn't have to teach when the first real semester we had COVID break. So we were all teaching online, and so in the winter in January when I came back to teach, I wore a gray wig, and it was a bad gray wig. And you know, we're all on the Zoom call, and I'm doing my class, and I can see all the students, you know, typing each other like, "What's?" You know, they were all like, "Should we ask him? You know, what's?" Finally, I said, "What's going on, you guys? Is that your hair now?" I said, "Yeah, it looks pretty good, doesn't it?" Oh, yeah, it does because it looked bad. And then you know
Yeah.
we come back. You know, it was a 3 hour class. So I do an hour and a half. We give them 10-minute break, and when we come back, I take the wig off, and they said, "Oh, good. It looks so much better without that without that hair."
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did not use it for email either. I
Yep.
just searched.
Select Pack. He emails about like he ships guppies. He
Latoya,
has a
thank you.
test email and no more.
I don't know how to do email.
What was she pleasing? Oh man, what were we talking about? You'll have to come down and tell me.
Yeah,
Zenny!
he's
Hi, Zenny.
a half a Rico behind, so he forgets.
Whip, I'll be down in Spencer next week. So will I. We might have to get a beer. We're going to go to the Ugly Mug, a brand new bar right in Spencer. If you're going to be down there, we should go. Or we're going to be at Calf Killer. We're going to be at both, really. But
That sounds like a
think,
great place to eat meat.
yeah.
Never did go, but I told him not to send him, so it was half my problem.
What? Who are you talking to?
Go with the flow. He asked if I ever got my guppies.
Oh, you did say not to send them.
Yeah, I said,
I heard you say that once before.
yeah, but you know, not many people heard that, so I can still make fun of him for not sending.
Well, now a massive 22 people have heard it.
Yep,
How do you pronounce this city? It's a place in Ohio. Xenia.
Xena,
Xenia? What was it?
Xenia.
Just
Oh, I
Xena,
was
right?
Xenia
No,
or
there's no X.
Xenia.
Xenia. Just like Xena, Warrior
Warrior
Princess.
Princess. Yeah.
Well, the biggest toy convention in America is in that little town in Ohio.
Well, you gonna go to it?
I have
Yes.
COVID hair.
But unfortunately, it was March
Oh,
29th.
Oh,
So I have
and
to wait till next year, and it's on the 27th of next year.
you didn't know about it this year, huh?
They do, the toy conventions. I think that nobody wants to let other people know about them, so they don't have to compete
Yep.
with other, people trying to buy their stuff. So nobody promotes the stuff till after the fact. It took me a full year to be able to get to the GI Joe Fest because I didn't hear about GI Joe until after it happened, and then I wrote it down, and now I love it. I love the GI Joe Fest. It's really cool. Just saying.
you're just saying. So,
Yep.
Passing Wind says he still has COVID hair. He hasn't cut it since I'm presuming like March of 2020. Not that it
Whoa.
can tell because it keeps breaking off more and more. It's going to be like I'm going to look like Dr. Anthony here soon.
Yeah, mine breaks off all the time too.
But I haven't cut my hair since September of 2002.
Holy cow.
Scissors have not touched my head since then. I think either people have left
Or they're not commenting because
or they're not talking.
we're so boring. That's
Yeah,
that's
we
what it
we
is.
have bored them to death.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I just did a thing.
You
What
did a
did you do a
thing.
thing? You got to go wipe now?
No, you might need to.
Okay.
I just added a shortstop to your team. Is
Oh,
the best
okay.
available shortstop, and you have a
Okay.
guy that's suspended for the year. So I dropped him and picked up the other. He was only 4% owned, the guy that I dropped.
Okay.
So now I'm going to put him on the lineup for you. Edit.
Hey, Bruiser.
Roster.
Her name is Zenny. Stop calling her Mandy.
Hey, Mandy.
Hey,
It is.
Mandy.
It's
Mandy,
Zenny.
you're a fine girl. What a
Oh.
good wife you would be.
Or Miss Zen to you, Johnny No Shoes.
Miss Zen,
Or
if you're
Lady
nasty.
Zen. I can't put this guy in your lineup because he's already started today. So now I have to try to remember to log on tomorrow and do it.
Oh, well.
But his name's really cool. It's Otto Lopez.
Otto Lopez, he must be Cuban.
I don't know. He's
Because,
from Miami, so a good chance.
yeah, Cubans, they
Plays in
tend to have
Miami.
the Russian first names. The Germanic first names.
And I think Cubans are known for being good shortstops and second basemen.
No, I have no idea.
You might
Well-
be a mod, No Shoes, but I could still ban you.
Well, that's not nice.
He's arguing with me.
What's he arguing?
He keeps calling Zenny some weird name.
Sometimes she deserves it.
Well, now I'm going to have to ban you. So, Elaine, I would love to. Well, actually, 3 of them have come on. I can do that. It usually goes horrifically bad, Bub. And I don't have as many tanks as Jeff P either.
Hi, dude. Look, Nico came to say hi, guys.
Hey, Nico. Nico can't hear me, though.
Hey, Whip just said hi. He's not even listening to me either. Oh my gosh.
That's me. That just came up.
How's he able to walk around and sit in the same spot?
You gotta take one of your voices off.
Hold
think
it,
he went up into the attic.
hold it.
How's there a whip in his attic?
Why is it doing that? I have no sound on.
Because it's hearing the sound too.
Darn it, Whip.
Both your computer and your phone are hearing the sound.
But my phone is on mute.
Yeah, but
Nico is
you're not muting
staring at
the
this.
hearing. You're only muting the voice.
It is muted. I mean, shouldn't that mute me from here?
Yeah, but mute. Listen to me, there, Whipper. Both computers are hearing it, and you get feedback from one computer talking to the other, basically.
Oh,
Try it again. Try it again.
It's like Whip
Hello?
is in his attic again.
Okay, now you're.
Well, let's see if we can do this. That's me.
Who are you? Look, I'm wearing a Whip shirt today.
All I see is Nico's butt.
Yeah. Look, he has stripes, though. There it is. See?
What's a dragon skull? What?
Manor?
Oh, Dragon Skull Manor. Why is that a whip shirt?
Because
Well,
that's the bar that he likes to frequent.
Oh, okay.
it's
support.
actually a combination. I had them made, but Ed, being the artist that he is, actually came up with the design. So I cannot take.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I don't.
I actually forgot that. It's terrible.
What you brung? Cam? No, that's not what I want.
I feel like we're in an episode of The Conjuring.
I'm just gonna have to do it like this. Oh, now you can see.
Everything.
So if I go this way, here are the brand new fishes.
Oh, where are they?
They all skedaddled.
Yeah, they scattered, but they're
Oh,
gonna
I
be
saw
pretty
one.
good. Oh, yeah, still, you little bastards.
Are they little tetras?
They're feather fins, both of them. And then here are the, what'd you call them?
Nope.
Lulupe?
I
Lulupi.
hope they didn't rip you off and just sell you like red eye tetras.
It was
They look like
Jason.
red
I
eye
don't think he
tetras.
would have. He wouldn't have done that to me. I know where he lives.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if he did though?
And then some of the tanks aren't on yet, but that's my 210 with my very sick and unfortunate pikefish, who, fortunately for me, is not showing because he's bent like a boomerang.
What happened to him?
I don't know. It's parasites or something.
And you
And
put him
then,
in a bag of water and send him to Dr. Anthony to heal him up?
yeah, there you go. And then what have we got here? We got
The
some
boys.
Wait a minute.
fructosa.
You could do a video call.
We got some fructosa right here. With that,
Ship.
that's the black widow, and these are red Burundi, and that's a
Red balloon.
lattice. Those are a couple lattice cichlids, which don't ask me how to
Can
say
you
their
make this bigger? Can you make this one bigger?
I don't know.
Yeah,
That
you
seems like
could. It takes
I'd
two
be,
hands for him to do that.
I'd be hitting buttons, which could be bad.
He hit the wrong button. We don't want to see your face bigger.
Yeah. Oh no, we don't.
No.
Dang it, Whip.
How about
You're
that?
ruining everything. Okay.
There you go. So is
So there's
that a
that's
big
a
lulupi there?
yes. So
Okay.
that's big enough where it doesn't turn into lunch.
Yeah.
And
I like
and then
that one.
back there, that's a Kelvis back there.
No, not the Calvis. The one up front, the black. Is that a black widow?
Yeah, the Black Widow is right almost
Yeah. Yep.
centered right there, right?
Yeah, that's a nice looking fish.
Yeah, it's a good
Can you
looking.
tap on the glass to see what they do?
No, that's like taking a probe and poking your eardrum.
They're
And
really
I don't
big
remember
fish.
what these guys are, but Jason just gave me these guys.
Those are either Reaganized, maybe.
They're not Julie's. They're something else.
Well, they're doing pretty good considering that they could be eaten.
Right. Yeah, because this guy here, I could show it to you without
Yeah, the
showing you the
reflection.
phone.
The Calvis, yeah.
That Kelvis has a huge mouth. It is
Yeah.
big. That. I mean, it's not a huge fish yet, or maybe never will be, but it's probably 4 inches. So
And Julie wants you to show her the trophy.
show him the trophy.
And yeah, her son is there, and she wants to see the trophy.
Oh, Ed.
Yeah. Ed.
Oh,
And then this is my bent black
Okay.
arowana.
Oh man, you got a lot of bent fish.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him.
It's nutritional. Looks like he got caught in a net.
Yeah, but he didn't. And now
I
he's
had a
getting too big for this
catastrophe.
tank. Like I raised a silver arowana, which are considerably bigger, no problem. And this guy, he's probably 8 inches right now. I mean, it's hard to tell with the video, but he's just about maxed out this 40 breeder.
Oh, it's only a 40 breeder. Okay. Looks much
Yeah,
bigger if it's a big, the scale is kind of off. So,
right.
you
So
can
Really?
see
yeah,
that was the 220 he was in, and he'd be huge fish.
yeah, no. It's just a little 40-gallon. And these guys are going to scatter, but you can see some of the blue Acara that I just got last Sunday, and a Geo. All the Cory are hiding. There's 12 different species of Cory in there.
Corey.
Corydoras. Corydoridine.
Corridoras?
Corydora.
Those are my old quarantine tanks that I can't get the fish out of there.
Now,
This
is
is
that
a red here.
can you go back to that
Which
that
one?
rock? That one in that tank? Nope, not that one, the other one.
Right
Look
there.
at that neat block.
That is that's just, it came, it's very similar to this one. If I'm moving too fast, just say.
Is it like somebody just drilled a piece of stone out?
No,
Right.
that's just, it's plastic or resin or something.
Oh, okay.
They did a good job with it, though. So,
Yeah,
and
they
that's
do.
the red tear. She's growing out.
And that's your beard algae.
Yes. I got a lot of the black algae or the whatever, blackbeard algae. That's my Managuense jaguar cichlid.
Is he still looking up in the corner a lot?
Yeah, he likes to hang out right up in here. I think it's the big tree that he must grab his attention.
He is a very boring fish.
I
I
like
mean,
it.
he's beautiful, but he's just entertained so easily.
See, that's the backside of it, Ed. Can you see it? I don't know if
Okay.
I'm on it.
Yeah, they're not individual caves. It's like one massive thing.
Yeah. And then the only other one I really have, I have another one, but I'm not going to go out there. So this is my Julie McFeldi tank, and then there's more featherfin in here.
And we look at that cool cactusy thing next to it.
That?
Is that living?
Yeah,
Prickly pear.
kind of.
Do you have to put a special light on that?
There's no light on it.
Ah, and it just grows?
Well, it's dormant at the moment because I brought it in for winter.
Oh, okay. And then it goes outside.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for showing us that. That was awesome.
Yeah,
This is
thank you for Elaine for suggesting it. Big Sexy's in the
Jones'
house.
son's trophy from like 3 years ago,
Wait.
but it had a catastrophe. It had a catastrophe or a catastrophe. Baby cat jumped on top of it, and look, she broke it off. So now I have to find a better stand.
Ed,
I originally just got these beer cups because I thought it'd be funny, but not when it just breaks off like that. I mean, this thing weighs about 3 pounds.
Ed, you know what would have solved that?
Mailing it away.
Yeah, mail it away 3 years
and,
ago.
And let June's cats break it.
Sometimes they look like Willie Nelson in the close-up. Oh, well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
We'll go to everybody else. Nobody wants to look at me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, are you done showing your thing? Because
Yeah.
We
Well,
don't want
it's
him to
not my
show his
thing.
thing. No, 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 no.
June's
Okay.
son is really good at fantasy football.
how did we know that?
Well, he's like coming first or second every year he's played. I think he came in
Aquatic
first the
Moose.
first year and second the last 2 years. So we got lucky that somebody else has won. Who Jimmy P I think won last year, and I don't know who won it this year.
How's Jimmy P doing? He hasn't been around much.
I talked to him briefly,
He
just
hasn't.
really briefly, not too many weeks ago. I texted
Okay.
him just to see how he was doing.
Dr. Anthony, did you know that Jimmy P and I lived in the same town?
At the
Yeah.
same
He even
time,
watched me play. Yeah, he watched me play football because his daughters were in high school when I was there.
Never knew that.
Big
Crazy
Sexy
small
says he
world.
wants to add the
And that was
Lupai to his collection. I like them. I've always
in
loved
Illinois.
the yellow labs,
Mm-hmm.
but that's the wrong lake. So when I saw those guys, I'm like, oh, these guys are similar. They just don't have the cool black footage, and hopefully they don't breed like freaking yellow labs because my buddy bought 3 of them and he's got 15 or 20 of them in a mixed, not a dedicated tank.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, labs will have a lot of babies.
Yeah,
I used to give
he
those
loses
away
a
all
lot
the
to
time.
predation, but still they're still increasing all the time.
I bet you I had kept them in a 120-gallon tank, and I would give about seemed like 10 away every other month.
June, that's why I bought it. I had a tortoise, I had a sulcata, and I bought 5 pieces of cactus through Amazon or maybe it was eBay back then. I don't even remember. But I planted them, and I had actually 5 cactus that big. I gave 4 away just last summer because I didn't want to bring them into the house again.
Did you guys know that it was like in the upper 90s all last week, and now it's freezing? It's down to
Yeah,
59 degrees.
same crap happened to us, Ed. I don't know that we have the same weather pattern happening here. Uh-oh. Oh no, he's back. Mexicali fish keeper.
Hey,
He's not
Mexicali.
here.
Oh,
He's not here, but
Mexicali won.
he's on the doctor's shirt.
Yeah, it's on my shirt,
Oh,
Ed.
he won
Damn
last
cats!
year. And what I did for his trophy was I bought it off of eBay or no, Amazon and just had it shipped direct. It was a whole lot easier.
Yep.
I wish I would have done that with that every year. Is the Amazon is just so much easier because of the free shipping.
Lurking and working. Yep. Cody
Cody,
V. Oh, I made it to the bottom. That means that you guys have been pretty quiet. So
I'm sorry. I'll
Daniel
try to talk
is
more.
no, not you. The road. I saw he said something earlier. Just getting ready to plant some rosette swords into my new 40-gallon. Got some other sword types and some Anubias. And then he went on to say the rosette swords stay fairly small, so you can put them in just about anywhere in good substrate. Not to mean skeptical is growing them. Let me try that again. Or not, I mean skeptical. See, I can't. I struggle with reading period, and then you can't be throwing words out of order like that. Is growing them in the bare bottom, so that's happening. Perfect. Our cats would have done the same.
Well, it lasted about 2 years. It just
Cats
happened
last
like
name is knock over.
2 months ago.
I don't mean because he's like 95 years old. Yeah, sure, that's not what you meant at all. Me too. He's my res. Love it. I'm not familiar with the all the turtles and tortoises, so
People
people
eat that
eat.
cucumber
Yeah, they
also.
do. I don't know how you would eat that stuff, man. You must have to
Cucumber?
skin it because that thing is just covered in. They're not the obvious big nasty spines that cactus have. They're tiny little minute guys that'll stick inside you, and you can't even pull them out because you can't see them. They're so tiny.
Hey,
I
Barbara.
kind of want to get a couple of glass catfish for my 40-gallon. I know they used to be super popular. They're still around. Jason from Primetime just bought some. Well, last year, but when he set up his 125.
Yeah, I'd like
Ed,
to
do you
get
have
some too.
any 3 or 4 X Tennessee Fish Mafia shirts? Where do I buy them?
I do.
Well,
I
that is a good question.
I know I've got 3X left. I originally bought like 6 4Xs when I first started, but nobody ever bought them. And then I went to one show and they may have all got bought. It was kind of weird.
Huh. Elaine says there are no fish stores where I am, and I don't get to see live fish, only color enhanced photoshopped pictures. Oh, and June has the same problem. It wouldn't have lasted that long here. Hey, Babs! Babs is here, everybody.
Hi, Babs.
I meant because he's handsome and famous. Yeah. Yeah, full of shit.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, must be.
Yeah.
Res red-eared slider.
Dr. Anthony, have you ever been out collecting fish and
Oh,
caught a
okay.
fish that you decided just to eat instead?
But when we were collecting in Cambodia, when I was doing some work in Cambodia, we caught a bunch of horse-faced loaches.
You ate horse-faced loach?
And the guys that
Hey,
were
Critter.
helping us, instead of throwing them back in, they cooked them for lunch over an
Oh
open
my
fire.
gosh.
Yeah,
How big were
When the,
they? 3
they're
inches,
about
4 inches?
12 inches long.
Oh my God, they were huge.
Yep,
what are you cooking on over a fire?
horse-faced loaches. Hey, Barbara Jackson.
I helped Aquatic Arts with horse-faced loaches. They couldn't figure out why they kept dying off, and I said they were too stressed because they had no sand in the bottom of their. They keep them all in giant tubs,
Uh-huh.
and they said as soon as they dropped a half an inch of sand, they stopped dying off.
Could be, a lot of bare bottom tanks and stuff. I don't know why I stopped my camera. Um, they get a bacterial film. A lot of people find when they raise baby angelfish that a lot of times the baby angelfish will get a bacterial infection from the bottom. So a lot of times that's what happens to bare bottom tanks. You got to be really, really diligent
Well,
at cleaning them.
and those guys just sit on the bottom.
Yep. Yep.
Big Steve
They
said
were a lot
something.
happier.
He said something.
Ooh, I like those nanochromis.
I'm getting some new fish tomorrow, and then a chromis transventitus. Apistos. I like apistos. The hung sloe red form. What are you doing to me? Just tell me what they are. Are they the double reds? Are they what? Come on now. You're just trying to make me say the big words. I'm not doing it. The doctor can do it when he comes back.
I'm here. I just
Oh,
took my camera off.
long names. I've never remembered them. Yeah, I can't even say them, much less remember them. And that's the problem with some of the fish I buy. Like I have fish that I don't even know what to call
Call him
them.
George.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. These are the George species right here. Friendly
Say this to
reminder:
Dr.
1 hour
Anthony's,
stay in
and
the.
then people will be
Oh,
more impressed.
you know what? Maybe that's what. If you guys don't care, I don't know what kind of time frame you're looking at, but
Was it in 1 hour?
we can go up to Let me double check. Because yeah, so far just Dirt's doing his egg watch. So I don't feel bad going over that. Because people can still stream that and then be elsewhere. But yeah, if you guys don't care, maybe we'll go up to like quarter two, give everybody time to go get their beverages of choice. And see, Big Steve hates the common names, especially when Fish Shop uses them. I know I've said this in the past, but I struggle still. I mean, I know I shouldn't, and because it's usually not true. But anytime I hear somebody just dropping the scientific name over and over again, like, oh, I've got this and I got this and I got that, and nothing but the scientific name, I'm like, man, you're just trying to talk down to me.
Well,
And I know
Steve
that's
has a
not what they're
really
doing.
big brain.
He does. I mean, and a lot of people are good at that. I mean, I can't retain that information. So you might as well be talking another language, which sometimes you are.
Latin. It is.
Some of them are Latin. I don't know that they all are they?
Well, most, yeah.
Like Dick Feldi isn't a Latin name, is it? I
No,
can't
it's
imagine it is.
Latinized of Dick Feldy.
So it's like a name that's Latin.
Or
Yeah,
that they just
Latinized.
converted.
Now, are there any names? What about like Indian or, Asian names?
Oh, yeah, there's all sorts of specific epithets that are, names for
And when
people.
I just want to state, when I said Indian, I mean like India.
East Asian Indian.
I didn't want to make anybody upset.
Not as a Native American, but East Asian, correct? Yeah.
Yeah, because Native Americans didn't name any fish.
Well, they did.
Well, they did too.
It was just
I'm
words
just being stupid.
this
I'm just
long.
being stupid. Maybe trout.
I'm the opposite, Steve. I like common names only because it's easier to pronounce. Yes, exactly right, Johnny.
Except common names vary from location to location. That's
the problem. I understand that's the problem.
Yeah. The only common names that are accepted in the scientific realm actually are bird common names because they have all been agreed upon. So it's proper to say a bird common name because that is what they're known by.
Like, I've had an Oscar in my house, I've shared my home with an Oscar for probably since I was 17 years old. So a long time ago. I don't know what their scientific name is.
I think their proper name is Oscar de la Hoya.
You mean Oscar de la Hoya?
I don't know. I'm not good with the Latin. But I remember way back in the early 80s when bettas were called betas and Japanese fighting fish and Siamese fighting fish.
Yep.
Remember those days?
I don't think beta were ever pronounced beta until like the last 4 or 5 years. Who ever called them betas? When did that even start?
Everybody calls them betas.
Oh, they call them beta.
Well, a lot of
I think
people.
it's always been beta.
My
I
beta's
always
better
called
than
them
your
beta
beta.
my whole life.
Maybe it's a
Beta
southern
is
thing.
new to me. I was in Illinois and Missouri my whole life.
That's true. I am. But south.
I'm not a true Southerner, unfortunately.
You're southern Illinois.
I'm a Yankee Southerner.
Latin, not Latinos.
What else? There was a lot of fish that had multiple names. back in
There's
the
too many
day. I
fish
mean,
that
just
have the same common name. I get that. Although I don't really run across it all that often, to be honest with you, with the fish I keep. I mean, I can't even think of an example. I'm sure there are plenty of them, but
man, that's gonna kill
Elaine
me.
says I ain't learning scientific and land sea numbers. Not at my age. I'll kick the bucket.
I feel you.
Yeah, I'm not doing it either. They are changing 70 bird names. I was
Yeah, they're
unaware of that.
changing bird names, I think, to common names, aren't they? Is that what I heard? And a lot of bird people were upset about that.
Big Steve says I would never reference an Oscar by scientific name, but most fish I would. Yeah, and
Hi,
in
Mary.
this when you're in your realm, I get that too. Because most people aren't like me who are just country dumb that can't remember which fish is what when you're using the scientific name. Beta. See,
Beta.
Steve knows,
Beta.
and you just
Well,
got done telling me he's got a big brain, so he
and
obviously.
you know, a big part of it is accents. I mean, really, it drives me crazy when somebody has a hard time with somebody else's, how they talk just
Their
because they have an accent.
pronunciation of the word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially with names. Oh my gosh,
yeah.
it's
Just people get so
John, not
butthurt
John.
about so many
Yeah,
things. See, June,
it's
who is
Jacques,
obviously
not Jack.
an Oscar fan, she knows. But
And June
I've
is
seen
got
that
a
word.
great name for a month. I mean, for a name,
I've seen that.
because everybody can pronounce June.
Right. Mary says beta.
Beta.
It's here on the
Beta,
East Coast. Although
beta.
John and Lisa call it beta, so and they're definitely East Coast.
I
Mary,
really think it just everybody everywhere is different with them because
it's
nobody
really a
really
problem in
knows.
botany. So many plants have a ton of regional names. Plants, yeah, I noticed that. I saw this really cool, not to get too dark, but there was this cool all white plant, and they called it angel wings or something like that. And I just went, oh man, that is so cool. And I was gonna see if I could find one and put it by my kid's urn. And I was like searching for it. Well, that doesn't look anything like what when you put in the angel wings or whatever it was called. Nope, that one doesn't look like it. So then I typed in white plants, and it's like there's about 1,000 plants. And I'm like, okay, I guess that will never happen because I don't know what that is. There's an Oscar that's common in the hobby. There's only one Oscar that's common in the hobby, and that's the one you listed, right?
But there are two Oscar species, though.
Yeah, well, June knows that.
Yeah.
She's got like every. I think June. Didn't you
Nicole.
say you have all the different species? Or you're missing like one maybe?
Oh, there's only two species of Oscars.
Yeah, but there's a lot of different morphs.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think that they were they talking about actually adding a new one for the Florida one because it's actually changed up so much. They were talking about it when I was in Miami that the Florida Oscar, it has a rounded or maybe a sharp fin instead of a rounded fin.
Yeah,
I don't know. They were trying to, and they just made it a game fish too. So now you have to have a fishing license to catch an Oscar in Florida.
Zemi says beta, and she's in Texas.
Yeah,
So
but she
you're
says
right.
it beta. That's probably how she says it. Beta. I don't know. That didn't sound very Texan.
No, that's not Texas
Beta.
at all. You got to talk
Yeah,
like this.
better,
You got to say better.
better.
I have 5 species. Well, and Oscar's missing one. Okay.
No, but there's only 2 species of Oscars. She has 5 morphs of Oscars. I don't mean to be the science freak, but that's
Well, yeah, but I mean, these were like real science guys, and they were trying to make it a third one for Florida.
Yeah.
it'll
Because
never,
Oscars are so.
it would never happen.
They
Even
were
June's like, I have
totally
the Florida
morphing.
Oscars.
That's cool.
Oh, you're getting yelled at. Edward, I do not sound like a hillbilly.
Hey, what's the matter with hillbillies? I
Siamese
live in the
fighting
hill.
fish. That's what I grew up with knowing them as.
Yep. And Japanese fighting fish. They
I
used to
never
have
knew
that
it was
in
that.
some.
It was always Siamese for me up here.
It was just, it depended on which fish store you were in. That was in Kansas City, where I grew up with all that different stuff.
So June says there are 2 that are named, but there are more by the DNA.
Depends how divergent they are, but yes,
Yeah.
I could see that.
The southeast coast, South has own language. I was stationed, then lived in VA for Virginia for 6 years. Came back home to New England. No one here could understand me for like a year.
Oh my God, Dennis is here.
Yeah, he's been here. He came in early. You weren't
Now,
paying
Dennis
attention.
has a very proper language or speech.
Yep.
Nothing
Dennis,
he says sounds
do
hickish.
you say beta or do you say beta?
It's
My
it.
beta is better than your beta.
My betta brings all the boys to the yard. Never mind.
Ed. I'm
He probably says them by
periodically
their
checking.
professional name.
Yeah, she did not go live. I thought surely the moneyless Maven was going to go today, but apparently not. And
I
apparently I'm
really
low on
wanted to
water somewhere.
craft.
Something's growling.
The fish are chasing each other in that one tank.
Yeah, those
You
two,
may have to go.
the 2 lattice, they never hurt each other, but man, they chase each other nonstop. These guys right here.
Yeah. Maybe you need to put a bigger fish in that tank.
Well, the frontosa will get bigger. And then
Maybe the jaguar will stop that.
Yeah, he sure would. He'd stop it in a hurry. All the Holy Rock in the 75 is going to go in here eventually.
Does June
Because
have any Oscars? I mean, any jaguars?
she had flower horn. I don't know. She has a little bit of everything, but I don't know if she's got a jaguar.
Really makes you think.
What's the other half of the Minute Wednesday, Doctor? Do you remember?
The other half?
He's got a fax coming in or something.
No.
Yeah. There's another word to that.
You mean the genus?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can tell you. I have this thing called a computer.
You know, there's something kind of not a misunderstanding, but this idea that, you know, as a fish biologist, you know all the fish names.
Yeah.
But you know the fish names that you work with. You know, I'm not a Paul Wiesel. Paul Wiesel knows every fish name. I know the scientific names to all the fish that I work with, and you know some that I have as a hobby. But the other fish, you know, there's only almost 40,000 species of fish. It's kind of difficult to know them all. So
Well, we don't care about those. We only care about the ones we want to know about.
yeah,
Parachromis. Parachromis is the front half of that.
I've heard of Parachromis.
And I think that's the same. I'm pretty sure they use that same Parachromis for the Dovi and
well, yeah, Parachromis the genus. There's a lot of species that are
yeah.
that genus.
I don't know how that all works, but
Well, they're all closely related to each other. Probably had a very common but they had a common ancestor.
June says, I know the names of the fish I keep, but the plants, nope, not a one.
Yep.
I know the names of my cats.
Elaine says, Redneck was started because of razor burn on the neck at a barber's, and now it's different.
Maybe in your area, but I think it was when farmers got sunburns on their necks.
Yeah,
here.
that's the way I understood it too. It was a farmer's thing.
But I mean, there's multiple ways to get to one thing. So
Yeah, absolutely. I know the name. Oh, I heard that already. Stephen P. Mega auction stream for Foxland Wedding Fund. List in the description. There's the link. Thanks,
That's nice.
Zen. Thanks.
That's tonight,
Zen.
correct?
Right. It's in like 40 minutes, 42
Okay.
minutes.
Dr. Anthony, are you going to
We'll
go
end
to the
early
auction?
so that everybody could go.
I was supposed to go to, there's a big reptile show just half mile from my house. And I was going to go there to try to solicit people to come to Fishtoberfest to buy tables for, the big Portland show that we have.
But that's nice.
But what I've been trying to do is trying to print out the flyer, and I forgot my wife's password for her computer because my computer won't hook up to the printer, so I have to print through her computer. So I tried.
And you guys don't own a pet.
I have like 20. I put in like 20 passwords. Now it's locked me out. So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Did she have a dog growing up?
No, I know kind of what it is, but I don't. I tried every combination of what I think it is.
You only get so many tries too.
Yeah, it's probably a capitalized instead of an uncapped, and so I've now locked the computer. So I don't know if she could even get in because it's locked.
I think you got to wait. Isn't there like a time frame?
Yeah, I don't know. And I've been trying to call her, but she's at a quilt show right now, so
she's ignoring you.
My mom would love to do that.
Yeah, my wife's quilting right now, so she, she's made a few quilts.
My sister's into quilting too
there's
now.
This thing called texting, Doc.
I texted her, but she didn't answer me either.
Oh, Alishon.
Oh, I guess I didn't.
Funny. I've met Alishon several times now, and I didn't realize he was funny. I didn't realize the Doc was funny either. I always thought you were super serious all the time, and I'm like, I don't know if this guy and me could get along.
I am serious. What are you talking about?
Jenny says she loves quilting.
So we'll get all the quilters together.
Well, I had a fish quilt at the.
Hey, Grant.
Did it
sell?
Hey, nope. Granter. Long time no smell. Got my plane ticket. Got my ticket to paradise. So I'm all set to go to the Pasco Aquarium Club.
What?
Oh, June quilts too. A lot of quilters in here.
Oh my gosh, we should start a quilting show.
My brothers were Jim Croce fans, and that was his team.
That was his term. You know what? I went I did my master's degree at the university that was the very last Jim Croce concert. Because he flew out that night in a storm and they crashed at the local airport there. And that's when he died.
Was he involved with a bunch of racist laws, the Jim Croce laws?
No, that's Jim
No.
Crow
You
laws.
got the wrong Jim.
Yeah, you got the wrong Jim.
Well, he sounds like a racist anyway.
He was a great singer.
And Bab says, I can sew a button on.
I'm just being silly about the Jim Crow stuff.
I know.
I bet you weren't.
But I don't know who Jim Croce is.
Really?
Um,
Photographs
he's,
and memories.
I
Yeah.
have photographs of memories
No.
in my head.
No.
bad Leroy Brown.
Brown,
baddest
that's right.
man in
Best
the whole
boy
damn
in the or
town.
man in the whole damn town.
That's him.
And
Okay, I've heard that song.
can't mess around with Jim, or don't mess around with Jim.
And you don't mess around with Jim.
And then Jim got beat up, so it was Slim after that.
Yeah, because Jim gets his ass kicked by
Yeah,
Slim.
by Slim.
I remember that song. That was a cool song. Would have been cooler though if it was Ed.
Time in a Bottle. Yeah, that was his
Oh
biggest
yeah,
song.
time.
Time in a Bottle.
Yeah, that's probably the one.
Yep.
Although bad Leroy Brown was pretty big.
Yep. Smoking in the
One
boys'
of
room.
my
That
cats
wasn't.
really loves to watch the sewing machine, and I have to kick her out because I'm afraid she's going to get her trying to
Smoking in the
grab
boys'
stuff
room.
from under the foot. Yeah, cats are dumb like that. You never see a dog do that. If I could something in time in a bottle,
Save time
keep
in a
it
bottle.
save. If I could save time in a bottle,
The first
I don't
thing
think
the first thing that I'd
like
like
to
to do.
do. Yes. Better
Better
about
than
that
than
sending
No.
out an SOS.
Hey, that's the police.
That's police. Yeah. Ed's just throwing out random.
Yeah.
Message in a bottle.
That's
something like
police
that.
again too.
Well, sounds like they're the better band.
Well, they're probably, Jim Croce died too early, so kind of.
Yeah, Croce was what, 60s?
No,
Maybe 70s?
70s. It was 70s.
That's pretty old to be 70 years old and still singing.
Yeah. The 1970s. Yeah.
Cats are not wait, okay, they are. But dogs are for sure dumber.
Cats are skittish.
Man, I was so pissed.
And
You want me to bring the chat down?
that's
I'm going to
what
bring the
happens
chat
with
down. I was so
Okay.
freaking
Bring the
pissed.
chat
today.
down.
So I had to go to work, as you know, because we were an hour late starting. And at work, I had walked down, to put a work area ahead sign out. And on my way back, I was looking on the side of the road, and some douchebag piece of crap had either let their dog die or killed their dog, and just threw it onto the rocks by a creek. Had a collar on still and everything.
Mm.
And I'm like, what the hell? I mean, I would love.
What?
Maybe the dog
It may
ran
have
away
been-
and got hit by a car.
It was on the other
May-
side of the guardrail. There's no way. It's not. It's
What about
it's-
a dirtbag neighbor that killed the dog and then got rid of the evidence?
Maybe
I'm not saying that didn't happen. Somebody killed the dog and dumped the body.
Maybe a coyote killed it.
He wasn't bloodied up.
Maybe a chupacabra got it and sucked out all the blood. You don't know.
Yeah, I would just like to find the person that did it and kill them slowly and leave them on the rocks for a while. That's what I'd like
had
to do.
an idiot that must have been poaching deer or something, and they dumped all the deer carcass on this little bridge on our road because there's a creek, and they dumped the whole freaking deer, all the parts and everything on the road. And it was like an animal suicide zone because you kind of had to drive around and people kept driving around and they kept hitting more and more animals.
Yep.
And there
Coming
was
in to
like,
eat.
yeah, there was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 dead animals with this cut up deer. And finally, my brother-in-law went down there with a snow shovel and just threw it all over into the creek that ran away from our house, which was good.
Yeah, that's what I kind of definitely would chewed on it. It was unmarred.
It was probably those stupid meth head people that blew up their barn because it was real close to their property. They were on the other side of the road over there. It was like a kill zone.
Yep. Well, the most scared at work. I've had guns pulled on me
It
by
looks like a
angry
giant
customers
deer
and
hiding
whatnot.
behind Ed.
Probably the most nervous, I guess, would be better, was when I came across somebody who had been poaching, and there was deer carcasses all just piled up, under the right of way where we were clearing the lines, and I'm like, wow. I mean, there had to have been 12, 15 carcasses down in this hole, and I had to take a conference call, so I just kind of parked there, not right on top of them, but I had pulled up a little bit, and this dude comes walking up, crossbow in hand, locked and loaded, and he doesn't actually point it at me, but he's got it pointed in my direction. I'm in my truck, and he walks right up to my door with it pointed at the door. He's just casually talking to me, "Hey, what you doing back here?" Kind of thing. But that at that range, that bolt would have gone through the door and probably through me.
Would have been deadly.
Yeah. I'm like, oh man, if I say the wrong thing to this dude right now, I'm in big trouble. he's
Yep.
gonna pin me right to my seat. And here I'm like a mile and a half back off the road. Nobody would have found me because we didn't have GPS trackers at that point yet. I mean, now the trucks have them, the phones have them, and But then the people have been going, where'd he go? I don't know. He just never showed up, and he took his truck with him.
So what'd you say?
Oh, I don't remember the conversation. I just kept it light, and I never even brought up the deer, and neither did he. So I'm like, he just eventually walked away, and I'm like, whoo! And then I announced it on the conference call, like, so that just happened.
I'm glad you didn't die.
I'm glad I didn't die too. Sarah's here, Skinny Nona. How you doing,
Hi.
girl? I just got to see her this
Did I?
past Sunday, a week ago tomorrow.
Oh yeah, did she have any Italian in her hand?
She had a dog, a little tiny dog. I'm up to 37. What happened? Somebody must have.
Is her dog's name Cannoli?
Sarah, I don't remember your dog's name, but I don't think it's Cannoli.
Meatball?
Rue. It's Rue.
Oh. Is it Australian?
It's this big. That's about all I can tell you. I mean,
Not
it's
the size of a
literally
meatball.
she was carrying it around most of the day, or her husband was, and cute little guy.
I just picture her always having like a bag of spaghetti and some meatballs on her. Like maybe right in her purse on the side.
Yeah, like grandma with the gummies. But instead
If
they're
there was
meatballs.
if there was like a tornado and we all had to hide in a tornado thing for like 8 hours, if she was there, we'd all be fine because we could eat spaghetti and meatballs from her purse.
Daniel, the weirdest thing that ever happened to me with a firearm, and I may have already told this story, but it's okay. So I'm at work. See, Rockford is like ranked 12th in the most dangerous city to live in the United States as far as population between 100,000 and 250,000. So it's there's a lot of areas you just probably shouldn't be. And I was with the park district uh, dude that was I was showing him what we needed to do. Um, I don't remember what his title is, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm following him. I'm showing him all the different job sites that we have to work at. And as we're traveling from one to the other, all of a sudden there's this dude right behind me, right? He is just tailgating me. He's right on me. And I am so close to flipping him off. Uh, but I didn't because I'm at work, in a work vehicle. And next thing I know, he goes sailing past me on my right, like on the shoulder through a parking lot, and then around the park district guy, and then he's out in front. And then I'm like, what a douche. I mean, what is happening that you have to be in that big of a hurry? And then the next thing I know, another car is ripping up past me on my left with this kid sitting on the window. You know, his legs are in the car. He's holding on the top of the door. He's hanging out, and he's just boom, boom, boom. And he let off. They counted 38 shells, up 38. They counted 19 shells on the road as he's driving by me. So needless to say, I'm like, whoa, pulling up. Man, I was shaking like a leaf for the rest of that day. I mean, I made a left-hand turn from the right-hand lane. I was messed up. I don't like it when that kind of stuff happens. It's not my favorite
My
thing.
friend Ted, he's a Baptist preacher, and he was doing this thing in Chicago where they were having basketball tournaments for inner city kids and stuff during the summers. And there was a drive-by, and he jumped on a bunch of the kids so they wouldn't get shot, and he got shot right in the butt.
Oh,
And he said it was terrible, though, because when the paramedics came, they cut his pants off him.
well,
So I would be like, I got shot, but he was like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that one.
Yeah. I did get shot when I was a teenager, but it was only with a BB gun. But it was kind of weird. It was at a Halloween thing, and Madison, Wisconsin. I highly doubt they still do it, but they would shut down the square, and then you could just go into a bar, buy a beer, and walk around with an open glass. You didn't have to stay in the bar. You could walk from bar to bar. It was a big thing. Everybody's dressed up. And I was there with a buddy of mine, and we were walking around, and all of a sudden I didn't hear it, but all of a sudden something hit my hand. Felt like somebody just punched me in the hand. And I looked down, and there's just a little red mark right here. But on the backside, it's all lumped up. And I'm like, what the hell? So we went to a bar. I ordered a drink, and then my brain started playing tricks on me, and I got nauseous, and we had to go to the ER. They took an X-ray of my hand, and sure enough, there's a BB in there. And they had to operate on my hand. You still see the scar. I don't know if you can.
Oh my God!
There's a scar right here where they opened me up. They pull it out of there. And they're like, you're like the fourth or fifth person. So somebody was walking around, popping people.
Wow.
Well, that's just an
I've got
asshole
a
thing to
question.
do.
Okay,
Oh,
and
sure, working right. Saliente, Jesse.
this is a
Hey, Melvin.
morally corrupt or a morally maybe messed up thing about me. Okay, so everybody in the crowd, you guys can put your 2 cents in, but I don't
Gee there.
understand the whole not allowed to drink in public. Why it has to be in a paper bag?
I don't know.
Well, the paper bag is just so police don't see what you're drinking.
Yeah, but why?
But there's laws like in St. Louis. There's an open container law, except for like Mardi Gras, you could have anything. They were filling cups up with hurricanes, and they would zone areas that you could drink outside. I don't understand why there's open container laws and are whatever. I don't get it.
Well, when
You
I was
They cut off my pants in PA. Daddy. Yeah, they
when
did.
I was a professor in Texas, they had drive-through liquor stores, and they would give you frozen drinks,
Hey, Cheryl.
frozen margaritas and stuff. And I asked one of the state troopers there that I met one day. I said, "How can they do that? It's in a styrofoam cup." He says, "Just as long as they put a top on it and they don't put the straw in it, they're legally able to sell that." So, but you're gonna take the straw out and punch it into your drink and start drinking as you're driving down the road. But that was just how the law was written.
I just don't understand the alcohol laws.
Well, it all stems back to the religious laws that a lot of places have. Lubbock, Texas, a huge college town. The town itself is dry. So as soon as you get outside the city limits, that's where all the bars are. That's where all the liquor stores are.
So you have to drive forever
Yeah,
drunk.
so all the college kids drive out of town to get liquored up and then drive back into town.
Yeah.
Some of these laws just don't make sense.
Well, in Tennessee, I think it's not a dry county now, but Jack Daniels for years or decades was in a dry county. And I thought, well, that's stupid. They're so proud of their tours they give people, but
Yeah.
you have to drive to the other side of the county line to buy the Jack Daniels in their tour shop.
Yep.
Or in their merch. And it's like, that is just so stupid.
Swiffle, yes, we used to do that. We used to have BB gun wars until I got shot here. But see, this was, you don't shoot each other point blank. This guy had to have been right behind me because it went through my hand. Almost through. I mean, almost a clean in and out kind of thing. When you're doing BB gun wars, right? I mean, that he had to have been like literally right here. But it was so crowded, there was no way to know who did it. Anyway, I got hit here, and I'm like, man, that is like literally this close to my eye. I don't think I'm going to do this anymore. I got a little spooked. But we used to do bottle rocket wars too.
Well, I quit playing ice hockey when I was like 26. I used to wear those Kareem Abdul-Jabbar type glasses.
Mm-hmm.
They were big rubber. Horace Grant had them also. Well, a hockey puck hit me right between the eyes and broke them in half. I had two black eyes, but if I wasn't wearing those big rubber glasses, I would have had a fractured eye socket. And I was like, you know what? I can't afford to keep playing ice hockey.
Is that the thing? Is that what made you hang it up?
That's what made me hang up ice hockey. And I just said, I'm just going to play roller hockey. It's cheaper and it's not nearly as dangerous.
At least every year, one or two kids die because they get skated and get hit in the neck and it cuts their artery. That could be a dangerous sport.
I was at the Blues game when Riendo, our goalie, got cut across the jugular, and it was our own defenseman was diving to try to get in front of the puck, but the goalie was going down too, and it cut his throat. And it was so gross seeing that blood shoot on the ice. He was fine, but it was like a fountain. And then they covered it, but you saw all that blood all over the ice.
I imagine that was there for a minute.
Yeah. Well, they came out and they scraped it up, and they even did, I think, a Zamboni. But I mean, they just called the period over. It was gross. I mean, it was like, yeah.
Sorry.
Jesse from Salient Aquatics wants you to introduce yourself, Doc.
Oh, hi, I'm Doc. I am Dr. Anthony
Mazaroff.
retired professor of fish biology and executive director and co-founder of the Amazon Research Center for Ornamental Fishes.
And he has his own action figure.
With a cone head. No, you scrape it off a little bit.
No, he's just
Well,
got it at an angle.
I hold you back like this so you don't see the cone head as bad.
Yeah.
I wish it didn't have such a cone head.
Yeah, I wonder why they did that.
Well, it was probably, he doesn't actually have a beard, and he's like, I think it's actually Egghead, from the star, what's it? Batman? Vincent Price played him. Egghead. I love Vincent Price. Big fan
I do
of
too.
Vincent Price.
Yep. He was pretty good.
Maybe to keep
I probably
drunk
should go
folk
back
from
and see if I can
specific
get one.
areas, so if they get out of hand, they can keep control. Maybe.
I don't know.
There goes somebody in Melvin's using the wrong name again.
I don't drink much, and I still think these alcohol laws are ridiculous. I didn't have my first drink until I was 28, and so I never, in college I stayed in college till I was 31, but it's I just could never understand that.
I
Reaper
never understood why you can be drafted and die for the country at 18 and not be able to drink till you're 21.
Yep.
I think everything should be 18. There shouldn't be. I mean, why can't we just set one? Now, I know that what'll happen is it means more accidents and more drunken driving. But in Europe, you have a lot less of that because there aren't any laws, and
they have a liberal policy. I mean, kids drink wine with dinner in Europe. A lot of places.
You'll shoot your eye out.
My German exchange students said instead of how we would give them all Gatorade between periods, they'd bring in pitchers of beer for the boys to drink to cool down. It's crazy. And that was when he was just like 12. But he had no desire to drink like a lot of other kids because they just did it their whole life. It was just part of their culture. So it's not like how we all get drunk as soon as
it's a Puritan ethic that we have. I mean, look at how many Europeans view nudity. It's very open in Europe and a lot of places, and in America it's stigmatized. I'm not a nudist, but it's there. We think of ourselves as very liberal in the U.S., but we really aren't.
There's
no.
Yeah, so I don't want to be being forced to walk around naked.
Did anybody answer?
We don't want it yet either, Ed.
Sketty says, how'd fishy biz surgery go? I didn't even know he was having surgery. So, yeah, if anybody knows or heard, let me know.
I think I saw on Facebook he said he was getting better.
Reaper says, serving your country at 18 but not being able to drink is not fair.
And that's why they changed the law originally to vote at 18. Because voting laws used to be 21, and with the draft you could get drafted at 18, but you couldn't vote on that policy.
I voted at 18. I voted for Ross Perot.
Okay.
What have I been doing? Okay. Or two.
Another alcoholic.
Sorry, I'm trying to rehydrate.
Trying to con me.
With more of that V juice, right?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to get political on it or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Seems weird.
Yeah.
To me. There's Geek Boy.
I got to meet Reaper. I mean, I've met him multiple times, but I got to see him at the OCA not too long ago, and they were at Ohio Fish Rescue.
So you got to meet the Grim Reaper, the last drunk one you had, huh?
Yeah. Well, I made sure to share a couple beers with him. If you're gonna be hanging with the Grim Reaper, you better have a good relationship going, right?
Yep.
People saying hi.
So 14
Thanks,
minutes
Doc.
until
Yeah, we probably should let it go. We probably
Yep.
should hang up on this and then
don't let her do it. My fish tanks aquatics.
I'm
Run-
gonna try
have
to
her
get
run
some
track.
nachos. I'm gonna get some nachos and then get into the auction.
Nachos.
There's
Very
a new
especially-
Mexican place at the bottom of the road that makes those giant burritos. Have you ever seen those fast food places that make burritos, Dr. Anthony?
Yeah. You
Well,
mean
we have
like the little Mexican restaurants?
like Cadoba or something. Well, we have an independent lady that has a Mexican dessert
Yep.
place here in town. Well, now she's opened a second business, and it's burritos, but it
Mm.
also has taco salad, tacos, and nachos and quesadillas, and they're just everything is $9. But I love those nachos.
So
And then you
is
can
it
get
like loaded nachos with carne asada on it and everything, or just plain nachos?
oh no,
There
it's
you go.
loaded. Whatever
Okay.
stuff you want that she
Okay.
has back there, except that she doesn't have black olives.
Black olives
I
don't
wish-
belong on nachos. I'm sorry.
Well, but they do in burritos, and oh my gosh, they're so good in burritos.
I think my wife would argue on that too because she loves black
And-
olives.
I would probably take black olives on literally everything. I love them on pizza. I love them on everything.
Sounds like he's doing okay. Zenny said, Sarah, he's fixed and getting out.
He's fixed. They
They fixed him
can't
up.
have babies anymore, huh?
What hospital was he in?
Now, come on, Ed.
Well, he's from my town.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
didn't know
but
that.
yeah, nobody else is.
I wonder if he went to Barnes, because Barnes is the best hospital in St. Louis.
I think
But
he
I
went
like
to
St.
I
Anthony's.
think he went to Barnes and Nobles.
Oh, that's not good.
All right, guys, we're going to hang it up so that he was loaded. So we can get these people time to grab a Snickers and a bottle of Jack and get ready to
Bottle of Jack.
spend their money. I'm going to quick go through all these, and then I am going to, it looks like I'm at the bottom. All right. We have like 30 seconds. Ed, anything?
Thank you, Zen Ginger, for being here today.
Yes. Doc?
I decided to pick one person and
Let's
be nice to them.
see. If anybody knows my wife's password for her computer, please let me know. Because she's not answering texts or phone calls from me. So
All right. And let's see here. Media. No, yeah, there we go.
Zen
We'll talk to
tried.
y'all later.
Zen says try Anthony 69.
no, that's not it.
That's not what she said. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, welcome in. I'm Whip.
You need one of those to say goodbye.
Bye.
Lisa.